Okay, what we have here is a Gibson guitar case, and in this case is a 2025 Gibson SG Special, as you can clearly see, with cherry red finish, P90s, and a wraparound tailpiece. And what we're going to do with this baby is make a monkey out of you. What does that mean? We're going to make a monkey out of this guitar. Well, Tony Iommi, Black Sabbath, famous Gibson SG, was called the monkey. And we're going to convert this into a monkey. And the first step will be to put the Grovers on. Chrome to match the tailpiece. However, the P90s in this one are black, and in the Tony Iommi Gibson one, which has been discontinued, they're chrome. So the only difference. But we're going to make our own monkey. Okay, the next thing, Gibson gives us crazy little tool. However, this socket is not big enough right here, if you can see that. So we'll use something else. But anyway, there's our screwdriver for our tuning head. So there's 2 screws in each tuning machine. And because I'm old, I got to use this. Where is it? Okay, we got all the screws out. Now we're going to flip it over and take the nut off. Okay, now we're going to use our socket to take the nut off. And they're surprisingly loose. Comes right off. And this slides out and this comes off. And there's your tuner. And we're going to replace these Klusons with fancy Grovers. Okay, so now I think when we have the tuners off, we're going to flip it over and put the Tony Iommi signature decal on to make it a true monkey. Okay, we're going to put the Iommi autograph on the back of the headstock before we put the Grovers on. So it says to peel the backing off, just like that. We're going to put it between the Klusons with as far south, meaning down on the volute, if there was a volute, and put her on there. Press firmly and leave for 10 minutes, and then peel the backing off. And so far I'm liking what I'm seeing because it looks really good. And that looks real good. Okay, I'm going to let it sit for 10 minutes real slowly and see what we come up with. So far, I'll tell you, it looks good. And there you go. So now I'm getting close to having a monkey. Now we're going to move on to installing our Grovers. Okay, so there are two holes pre-drilled, of course, that had the old tuners. The top hole will not be used. The bottom hole will line up with the bottom of the tuner here, as you can see right there. Okay, put the tuner in the hole, line up the bottom hole, wood screw hole, and secure this bad boy in there using your little Gibson tool. Okay. Okay, what I'm going to do is take a toothpick, just dip it in my glue I got over here, just a little bit, wood glue, and push it into that hole, which is behind the tuner to the screen. So and then I'm going to take an X-Acto knife and just cut that off. Then I take a red permanent ink Sharpie. I don't know if it matches, but it matches close enough for me. And I just dot. And guess what? Once you do that, your hole disappears. Okay, last step in attaching these new Grovers is to put your washer on, then your nut, and screw it down. I just tighten it by hand, then I use my little socket here, and then repeat. And there they are. Looking good. Now I'm going to put the strings on, and I'm not going to film that because I think we know how to do that. Wrap around tailpiece. It's a little different, but not too bad. So we got the strings on. I tuned it up, and everything seems to be working as it was before, so the Grovers are a hit. Okay, now it's time for the monkey. peel your monkey off the backing paper, which I just did. And the way the monkey sits is kind of like this, with the feet close to the volume and plug. I'm just putting her on there, and it says to smooth it out, to press firmly, leave it on there for 10 plus minutes, and then peel off the top layer, and the monkey should stay. I am now going to peel the sticker off. The top part, I guess I should say. There you go. Get rid of everything you don't want. Just kind of holding the monkey down. You can't hold a monkey down, but in this case, I guess you can. Okay. And man, oh man, I think my project turned out pretty good. So, there you go. We got us a 2025 monkey. I made this, and I just bought an SG, as I told you, Pro, they're called, and so there we go. We got a monkey.